Alright guys, welcome back to day 12. Um, I just wanted to share something with you before we start today's video. Was that I tried recording this video yesterday a lot of times and I got really frustrated because there was this ambulance that was just like going outside my house, and obviously it must be going to someone who was help who needed some kind of help. And then there was this like construction going on. It was all of this noise was going on, and I was like so frustrated that I just gave everything up, and I just started like just eating a pizza or something, like just junk food. And it just like caused me a lot of stress, and I don't know why. I'm trying to not let myself go and kind of still try to make something better out of my day when even when I get stressed out. For example, yesterday after I got stressed out, obviously I wasn't able to do any work. Didn't record any videos. I didn't learn anything new about Python. But during the last part of the day, I just so my few of the neighbors have these cute husky dogs. I just went and played with them, like watched the beautiful landscape, and I realized that the day was not that bad. It was decent. And today I have meditated, and I feel good right now. So let's get on to day 12. But before going on to work out what we are going to make today, let's discuss what we did yesterday. So yesterday we created this cool status bar, not bad, huh? Which says welcome to melody. When we play the music, it basically says playing the music. Stop the music, it says stop the music. Pretty basic stuff. So today what we are going to be building is a pause button. So right now, if you play the music and then stop the music and then play it again, it's going to start from the starting and not from the moment you pressed on this pause button. So what we want is when we press on the pause button and then press on this play button again, it should start from the moment, or it should start at the time at which we press the pause button. So that's what we want to do today. So let's get started. The first thing is obviously we need this, like for example play.png, stop.png. We need an image which I've already copied in my project. It's called pause.png, which I've copied from flaticon.com. It's for free. You just have to give credits, like I'm giving flaticon.com, and you can just download this image in 64 by 64 pixels, which what we have done for other images. I've already copied it in my folder, so I won't do it again. Now the next thing, you already know what we need to do because it's pretty simple. We can just copy this from over here because we need to make a photo, like a button kind of a photo, just like we did play and stop. It's not that complex. Change to pause.png, change this to pause button, pause photo. And even today there's some noise going on. I don't know whether you guys are able to hear or not, but in the background there's some noise going on. It's a little bit frustrating, but I'm trying to work through, teaching you guys while listening to that fucking that noise of somebody hammering on my roof. I don't know why. Why do you guys have to like just? They were not doing anything right when I started recording the video, and after I started recording the video, all of the things are happening. Yeah, everything is happening. So yeah, I created this. Actually, let's get back into it. Let's focus on what we are doing. So command equals to pause underscore music. So whenever we click on this pause photo, this pause underscore music function is going to be called. So let's actually create this function. So we're just gonna call it def pause underscore music, and then inside this we're just gonna write mixer dot music dot pause. All right. So pausing the music is pretty easy, right? We just call this function called dot pause, and this will help us stop the music. Not stop the music, actually pause the music. So let's reload it and see if it works. So I'm just going to press on this play button, and then I'm going to press on this pause button. Actually, let me also add this this so that we know when we pause the music, the status bar reflects it. So let me just also add this text in the status bar. It says music paused. Alright, not this, music paused. Alright, this looks pretty good. Let's reload it. And after that, I'm just going to press on play again. Actually, one more thing that I need to do before we execute this is let's change this from file name to journey.wave, because it's really frustrating because when we have to go to open a new file, we again and again have to go to open and then start a new file. for our experimentation and for demonstration purposes, I think it's fine if we just call it journey.wave. And then when we are finally compiling the whole project, we can just change it to file name. Alright, so journey.wave looks good. Let's reload it. Alright, so I'm going to press the play button, and then I'm going to press the pause button, and it will pause the music. But alright, so let's do it. As you can see, the music has been paused. Now if I press the play button again, it's not going to automatically unpause the music because we haven't implemented that functionality yet. So let's play it. As you can see, it didn't resume from where it was paused. So what we are going to do for that is a little bit different, all right? Because the Tkinter doesn't have, not Tkinter, actually Pygame's mixer class doesn't have a functionality or a kind of a function which tells us whether the music is paused currently or not. There is this function called, I'll just show you the function. It's called get_busy function, which returns the value of true in Boolean when the music is still playing, but it also returns a value of 1 if the music is paused. So that's why we can't use this function if any one of you has any kind of experience with Pygame. That's why we are not using this get_busy function, because it also returns a value of true when we pause the music, and it also returns a value of true when the music is playing in the background. So that's the problem. So we'll have to use a little bit of a logic to get through this. All right, but don't worry about it. I'm here and I'll help you guys out. So what we are going to do is we are going to declare a variable in pause_music function, and we're going to declare a global variable, and we're going to call it paused. And then we are going to give it a value of true because currently the music is paused, and we are just basically creating a Boolean variable, and we are putting in the value of true. Now, how do we want the music to be resumed? After we press on the pause button, we want the music to be resumed when we press on this play button. And where is the function of this play button? It's in play_music. So we'll have to do rest of the stuff inside this play_music, all the resume stuff. So what we are going to do, I'm just going to write down some code, and then I'm going to tell you what this code means. And while I'm writing down the code, try to kind of decode yourself what's happening behind the scenes. Maybe some of you will not be able to understand, and some of you will figure it out. It's not that difficult. So what I've done it, I'm just going to create a try, and inside this I'm going to write paused, POSD, and then I'm going to write except name error, and inside this name error, I'm just going to try and put all of this stuff. So I'm going to put an indent over here, and then I'm just going to put in else, and then mixer.music.unpause. So this line will actually unpause the music, and rest of this is just logic, so that when we press the play button, the music is actually played and not paused. So let's just go into what I have done, all right, so that you guys properly understand what is going on behind the scenes. So what we have done is, let me actually just add a comment over here which tells you what's happening. Not over here, let me actually add it somewhere over here. Yeah, this logic first. All right, let me just explain it to you first, because it's going to be a long comment if I don't tell you first what's happening. So what is happening over here is we have created this variable called paused. So imagine a scenario where we haven't played any music yet. Actually, let me just reload this so that the scenario is what I'm talking about. So imagine we haven't played any music yet, all right? So that means this paused variable over here, this function music_pause, hasn't been called yet. It hasn't even been called yet. That means this paused variable hasn't been declared yet. So that is what we are trying to check inside a try, except, and else condition. What we are trying to do is we are saying, hey Python, just check whether this paused variable is initialized or not. And if it's not initialized, go to this except name error, which basically says if it's not initialized, I'm going to get to this code, which is under this except condition. And if it tries and the pause variable is initialized, so if the pause_music function has been called, then it says, okay, I've tried this paused and I've tried this paused variable, and it's actually initialized. It's actually initialized and it's actually declared. So I'm not going to go to this except area. Actually, I'm going to go to this else area. So it first tries and it says, okay, pause is initialized. So I'm going to go to this else area, and then it executes this unpause functionality, which resumes the music. All right. So I'm just going to give you another scenario. So let's say we have played some music. All right. We are just playing some music. All right. So it goes to this except try functionality, and that's how it basically plays the music. Now what happens when we pause the music? So when we pause the music, it goes to this function, this pause underscore music function, and over here it initializes this paused variable. It says paused equals to true, and then mixer.music. Actually, it doesn't even need this equals to true. I'm just putting it in for maybe we'll use this kind of thing in future, but I'll just put in pause equals to true. We don't need to put in pause equals to true. We can just probably just remove it or something, still be fine. So it puts in pause equals to true. This true value is supposed to put inside this paused variable, and then it pauses the music. So now this paused has been declared. So when it goes again to this, when you press this play button again, it again goes to this play underscore music function, and then it goes to this try code, and then says, wait a minute, paused has been actually declared, so I can't execute the code under this except condition. I have to go to this else condition, and I have to resume the music from where it was playing. I'm going to explain it to you very quickly once more, but let me just first try it out and see if it works or not. So I'm just going to press this reload button, and then I'm just going to play some music, let it play for some time, then I'm going to pause it, and then I'm going to unpause it by clicking on this play button. And actually, let me just add one more thing over here. All right, so that we know that the music has been resumed. Music resumed. All right, this looks good. All right, let's reload it, and we'll go for it. Let's press play. Now we have paused the music, and now when we press play again, it should start the music from the point we have paused the music. Basically, it should start from the point where we have paused the music. So let's press on play again and see if it works. Alright, so our pause and unpause functionality is working pretty well. Alright, so I know this must be a little bit confusing for you. If it's confusing, just go through the logic on your own and just experiment it out and just watch a video a couple of times. I'm just going to explain it once more very quickly as to what's happening. Alright, and let me just add a comment maybe over here so that you kind of understand. Let's add it, where should I add it? Let's add it over here. Checks whether the paused variable is declared, not declared, it's initialized or not. All right, and after that, why am I always misspelling this initialized? Let me just write it again. I'm pretty sure I've misspelled it. Jesus. Initialized. Alright, this time I wrote the correct spelling. I always mess up the spelling of initialized for some reason. And anyways, it checks whether the paused variable is initialized or not. If not initialized, yes, I wrote it correct this time. If not initialized, then executes the code under except condition. All right, and let's go to this else part. If initialized, then it goes to the else part. or else condition. All right, I'm hoping these comments are actually helping you understand what's happening behind the scenes. Let me actually put in some spaces between them. All right, so what happens is if the pause button is not pressed, imagine you are in a typical music player kind of a situation. All right, let me just let me just close this out. All right, imagine you have just opened up your music player and you press on the play button. So what it's going to do is that is going to go to this play underscore music function. It's going to check whether this paused variable is initialized or not, and this won't be initialized because the pause button hasn't been pressed yet. That's why the paused variable won't be initialized. It's pretty simple. So that's why it will say, okay, the pause variable hasn't been initialized. That means there is some kind of an error, and that error is called the name error. And that is why I'm going to execute all the code under the except error. I'm not going to execute the code under this else error. Not else error, the else condition. So it's going to execute this code, which is basically the code for playing up the music. Now imagine you suddenly went and paused the music. So it's gonna go to this pause underscore music. It's gonna initialize this paused variable. It's gonna pause the music. It's gonna change the status bar text. And then you press, so the music is currently paused, and then you want to resume it. So you go and press the play button again. It again goes to this play underscore music function, and then again tries whether the paused variable is initialized or not. And this time it's initialized because you have already pressed the paused button. And because this is initialized this time, this doesn't go to this except condition. It actually goes to this else condition, and where it unpauses the music and resumes the music. So this, guys, was the whole logic of resuming the music, pausing and unpausing the whole thing. Oh, it's a 16-17 minute video. I think this is the longest video that I've made, but there's a lot of rant of construction and ambulance and stuff going on. But anyways, guys, tomorrow we are going to be making our music player a little bit more structured. We want to all these three buttons to appear horizontally. Maybe we'll do something about that, make it look a little bit more structured. So that's what we are working on in the next video. So I'll see you on day 30.